Vlogmas day 12. Okay. I saw I was on the train, right? I'm in LA, I'm on the train, the metro. And there are a lot of people on this train. I have my headphones in. I was like watching a video or whatever. And then a bunch of people start like kind of scattering, like moving around. And I hear some yelling, so I turn around. And there's this like black man with a hoodie screaming. I don't know who he's talking to, but I'm pretty sure it was a woman, and he was like referring to himself as a pimp. Now, for some context here, we have actually already on this channel talked about um the Blade, right? And how the Blade is this place of prostitution on Figueroa Street in LA. And I'm feeling like this guy is like referring to somebody who he had on the Blade. I don't know who this is. I don't. Maybe she was on the train. I'm not sure. But all he goes on this like fucking rant, and he's like yelling at everyone. He was talking about someone who was recording him, and like he was like, "When you put it up, everyone's gonna know. Everyone's gonna know." Right. And like, so I stopped my video, and I'm like listening now. I'm like, oh, we're about to turn into that the shit in New York on the train. And I'm not like the other flat black women, because if this dude comes near me, we are about to be like really fighting for real. Like, so I'm like, all right, let's like kind of like, let's get ready. I put the headphones in, and I'm like, all right, like I might like look like I'm not that threatening, but you wait. Anyway, so so he keeps going, right? And so I'm not like looking directly at him, but I'm kind of like looking over my shoulder, and I'm like, all right, like, let's just make sure, like, if he starts moving, like, I'm trying to think about like what I'm gonna do, like, so I'm in my head, I'm like plotting and planning, like preparing, because also another thing that really became clear was like nobody else on the train, especially from the train video of the last one with the like Ukrainian girl, it just made it clear like everybody else is gonna die. Like all these other people aren't gonna survive. So I was like trying to like in my mind mentally prepare for how to move around them as they start falling. You know what I'm saying? Like just the whole thing. And it was so sad because on the train there were like two other black men, multiple other white men, like some gay boys, like a few older Asian women, a couple Asian men. Like no men stood up to confront him in any way. He just kept yelling, threatening, and it was just like, okay, I was like, yo, it's about to go down. All right, here we go. And I had like seen the video already, so I'm like, I had a plan at this point in my mind. I'm like, I know what I'm gonna do. I know, like I was ready. I'm like, all right, like it's gonna happen, and it just is. So anyway, so some stop comes up though, and he starts like he's continuously yelling this whole time, and there the train is like full. That's what's also very interesting about it. So then he gets off and he keeps yelling. He's like, yeah, you're gonna see me. You're gonna see me. Now this brought up just another idea, I suppose, or just like scenario. And I've seen this in LA, and I think it's like worth chatting about. There are a ridiculous number of like transient, poor, homeless men here. And like, I don't think anybody cares. Like, I'm not convinced that anyone at all cares at all about these men, including other black men, because how could there be so many successful black men and so many unsuccessful black men? And they're not just unsuccessful, they're like really like down bad. It's very clear they need other black men to talk to about these things. They probably need a therapist to unpack some of these thoughts, and no one is pulling that weight. Like one of the men, when I first got here, I was on the train again, and he was just in the train, and I guess something triggered him, and he was like, it felt like he was advertising his sexual orientation. He was like, I'm straight. And he started talking about how he's Muslim. I have no issue with people being Muslim or being straight and being black. I do think, and I've said this before, there's an overwhelming number of like gay black men in LA. So maybe just the fact that he's so outnumbered